Well, my dad only had an 8th grade education, and he grew up out in between Cave Springs and Lowell. And so when he met my mother at the church, and my mother was so impressed because he had the cleanest overalls of anyone there. And after they married, they came by horse and buggy and $40 to Springdale, and they lived out on Carley Road. And then he began to get into the raising chickens also. He had a hatchery that was down behind the First National Bank. And then after a while, he moved to this location. And they've always given my dad the title of the father of the poultry industry.
The granddaddy was a soft-spoken man, often sitting in his chair with that white hair and a cigar. He loved to play with us. He was a great man.
Pat always said, even before we married, that his ambition was to have a happy family. He really was not that concerned about making big money. He was a very good daddy. He really was. He was just always doing something for them. We met at Hendrix College, and he was a school teacher in Fordyce, Arkansas, and a coach. He kept the road hot coming up to see me when I was at the university. And then he went into the business with my dad after we married. He had to learn it from scratch. He used to go out when they would have a truck wreck and gather up the chickens and put them all back in. He did a lot of dirty work, really, but he enjoyed it.
I've known Earlene since I was young and got to know Pat when they were newlyweds. And I just think that, well, the most amazing thing they did was raise a fabulous family. You know, they were everywhere that those girls were.
Sure, it started in elementary school with Mother being a homeroom mother, and then there for every performance, every assembly that we had, they were there. Then you move on into high school and junior high, and of course they attended every ball game to watch all of us cheer. And whatever we were doing, they were there. So they were very involved in our schooling.
And it was a wonderful time. I loved it.
You know, often Daddy would be out being on boards and out in the community, perhaps a little bit more than what Mother was, but he could only do that because Mother was home taking care of everybody else. So we loved that she was able to be a stay-at-home mom, but even doing that, she was still able to do her volunteering and be on different boards in the community, and she loved doing every part of it.
I don't know anybody with a more positive attitude and anybody better to make people feel good when she's around them. She just lights up a room when she walks in, and always has.
I think Mother has such a desire to help other people, and that was something that she taught each one of us, that is very important to help other people and using your own talents. Mother enjoys life so much that I think she wants to take things to people so they will enjoy life. She wants to bring a bright spark to their day, and I think that's such a beautiful characteristic of her.
I think Pat and Earlene Henry were raised to be caring, giving people, very generous, and I think they just wanted to give back to this community, which thankfully, like so many other have done. That's why Springdale's been the city it's been, because of all the caring, giving, generous people that we've had in this town.
And supporting the teachers, I think, was very important to Daddy, because the teachers are the key. We all know that, you know, education depends so much on our teachers. And Springdale was very blessed to have, when I was there, and I'm sure it continues, very talented, caring, compassionate teachers.
That's right. The Cornerstone Society is just a great asset, I think, to the whole school system and the foundation. And Jimmy and I were very honored to be honored several years ago. And I'm really thrilled that Earlene is being honored. She should be. She deserves it. And everyone's going to be happy to see her get this honor.
Congratulations to my mom and my dad for their contribution to Springdale schools, for their contribution to the whole community. We're very proud of them and are so happy that they have enriched the community like they have.